What's up, EQ lovers? I'm your host, Divine J.
And I'm Jamie D.
We are back. This is season 2. And not only that we are back, this is a live video.
This should be interesting because, you guys can't see like our expressions and stuff. So now you get to see my eye rolls.
Eye rolls for what?
Stuff that you say.
Yeah, so I'm glad and happy to be back. It's well overdue. I guess I'll be the person to blame for that. Yeah, I said it.
Taking responsibility.
Which,
this is good.
That's, that Prince Charming. So, this season this is going to be more of like an uncut version of last season. It's going to be more raw, I feel. It won't be, it's hard to edit a video. There's so much, you can do. So, with that being said, we're still going to have the topics, but we're just going to freeball certain things.
We're starting already. There's other words you can use.
Like what?
Like, not free ball.
Well, we're going to...
we can wing it. I feel like that's a nicer word.
Well, yeah, okay. Well,
this is just going to be like unfiltered because...
No, not all the way unfiltered.
Can't, it's live. Like, you can't take out...
I can't edit that, sorry.
This should be interesting.
All right, well, how has your cuffing season, how has that been, Jamie?
Cold.
Because it is cuffing season out there, and to the women that don't really know too much about it, it's serious. It happens all the time.
Is it really serious for men?
Yes, it is serious. It's a lot of prioritizing. It's a deadline, and it comes in February. You gotta make that cut. Valentine's Day, a lot of people get, very emotional just with it being Valentine's.
So y'all purposefully act up right before?
No, it ain't it just depends on what, if she deserves that, then that's what we do.
If she deserves y'all acting up.
Yes.
Because I feel like women, I feel like we decide who we want to be cuffed by. Like we have a bench. And
yeah, I got a bench, but
we have most of the time, because y'all the ones that's doing all the chasing and stuff. Okay. So it might be like multiple people talking to you.
Yeah, but you say y'all got a bench. Y'all bench different from our bench.
What you mean?
Y'all bench is like y'all have contenders. Like it's possible. Where it's like, oh, if this goes wrong, then you get up and play. With our bench, it's a little bit different.
Okay.
See, y'all have one player playing, then y'all have a bench. Our bench is different.
What's y'all bench? All
so that's what I'm trying to. That's why it's cuffing season. It's cuffing season. So if you don't make the cut, then you can't play. You're gonna have to find another team.
I don't really talk to men about their cuffing situations. Women, we just know what it is. Like, we just...
No, y'all feel it. When it start getting cold and y'all can't have a hot girl summer, y'all feel it. Oh yeah, y'all feel it. Cause y'all don't want to be lonely when it's cold. Don't nobody want to be lonely in the cold.
Okay, this is the thing about me. I never was into the cuffing season situation.
You never made the cut.
Don't do that. That ain't it, okay?
So please tell the EQ lovers, what is it?
I normally do the cutting off. I just never, in my mind, I don't be like, oh, it's cuffing season. Who do I want to be booed up with?
Uh-huh.
I never had that thought.
So
if I'm talking to you in April, then if it ain't working by September, I'm just done. Like, I'm not like, okay, it's finna get cold. Like, who can I call? I don't do that. I feel more like whoever comes when they come and it's working. If it just happens to be cold outside, then I don't know. To be honest, I ain't really been like with nobody in the wintertime, except for when I was married.
I mean, you said you ain't been nobody. You haven't been with anybody in the wintertime. Okay, so you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, you got Valentine's Day. Oh, I'm sorry, you got New Year's and you got Valentine's Day.
Right.
There's probably a reason behind that. Just saying. I'm just saying. Like, Thanksgiving, probably first time a lot of people meeting the family.
No.
Christmas,
no.
Are you bougie? You like expensive gifts?
Not. It depends.
You thinking a lot. Christmas, they gotta spend some money on you. New Year's.
First of all, let me tell you.
Man,
after I got divorced,
I'm just trying to help you out.
The first year, because I got divorced in December, so there was
Before Christmas?
After. Okay. Anyway. From December of that year to December of the next year, there were different people I would talk to, but it wasn't serious. So when we get to Thanksgiving, Christmas, like, it was nobody that I was interested in enough to even try to do anything further, especially like not meet my family.
They wouldn't. They didn't get on that level. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna try to get on the Pod EQ Love Instagram page to bring up that cuffing season 101 made truly.
So the second year though, I didn't want to talk to nobody.
Why not?
I just wanted to be by myself. So that was that. So this whole cuffing season is like a new thing for me, like knowing what that is and how that works. Because I was with somebody for 7 years. Like, there is no cuffing season.
Okay, well, I'm going to read this off to you. Feel free to...
All right, let me see.
Feel free to stop me if something doesn't really register to you. This is found on our page on Instagram, Pod EQ Love, and it's Cuffing Season 101, made by yours truly. The scouting begins in August. Drafting begins in September. Tryouts are October.
Okay, what are tryouts?
Tryouts?
Yeah, is that dating?
Yeah, tryouts are dating. Trials are dating.
All right.
Preseason. Yeah, that's November.
So, pause. What's the difference between trials and preseason? These are people that you on my bench now?
Yeah. I mean, you got preseason, probably done. You done met her friends. She done met your friends and stuff like that. It's getting, instead of y'all just talking about each other, like it's getting more
people
like
meeting each other.
Yeah, you meet the friends first. You meet the friends first. Definitely, November and stuff, and then.
Hold on, that's Thanksgiving. Are you meeting family too?
That's just depending on how it goes when you meet the friends.
All right.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So, then after November, that's when cuffing season starts. Because it's really getting cold. You got December through January 15th. That's when cuffing season begins.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then, after that, you got playoffs. You got playoffs in January through February 13th. Then you got the championship game. What we all came here for. You don't play unless you trying to make it to the championship game. Of course, that's February 14th. Valentine's Day. It's like the Super Bowl.
Okay, so as a man,
it's like the Super Bowl to us.
Let's say you got 2 people, or maybe 3 that you kind of like, considering. So then, how do you break it down to the other 2 or the other one on Valentine's Day that this ain't? You just don't say nothing, and she get the picture. Like what?
What kind of dude are we talking about? We talking about like the perfect gentleman, or are we talking about like a more like the average Joe
What would
type?
you do?
Oh, you putting me out like that?
Yes.
Okay, you said how many women? How many women?
Let's say 3.
If I got 3 that made it to February, so that's what I'm saying. With me, 3 is not gonna make it to February. That's too close. February 14th. That's 2 weeks.
Okay,
that's a lot of moving around and a lot of arrangements for 2 weeks. Like to drop people off, like that's not by not making it too obvious. They wouldn't make it. They wouldn't make it. 3 would not make it by February, not at all.
Okay, 2, like like that December to January, whatever date you chose.
What did I choose? I didn't choose any. I didn't make this up. Okay. I literally got this off the internet. This has been out for years and years and years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, what is this? Championship game, playoffs. That's January. February 13th. Yeah, so them 2 or 1 would definitely get caught off at the beginning of January, because my birthday is January 24th. So that's already, you see what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to get you where you trying to plan something like, like no. January for sure. 1 getting chopped off. And then, let me see. February.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm putting it this way. If the two, it just depends on what they bring to the table. If it's hard, I'm just talking about what the average Joe would do.
What the average Joe gonna do?
If you got 2 in February, women, listen to this. Listen now.
Are you helping us?
Listen. If you got 2 in February, you splitting the days up.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, you splitting the days up.
How you gonna do February 14th then?
That's what I'm saying. You splitting that day up. You splitting that day up, man.
So what's gonna be?
You ain't getting no sleep that day.
What's gonna be your excuse for why you not with her for dinner?
It's whatever your lifestyle presents. I gotta work. I gotta go out of town. Like you just make sure you don't. Make sure it makes sense.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So, okay.
I mean, it's wrong.
Do y'all have to have multiple people, or can you just be like into one person and leave it at that? Yeah. I be feeling like y'all always need somebody on the team.
I mean, it's hard. It just depends on what they went through. I mean, it's hard though.
Hard what?
It's really hard nowadays. Like, it's not. Do men really, do they? Well, I guess they do. I was saying, do men really hunt that much? Like, do they have to? Honestly, you got to realize what we're talking about. Like, during cuffing season, I don't think, man, they don't hunt that. They don't hunt that much. We hunt more in the spring, summertime, where y'all wearing less clothes.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It's cold out. It ain't too much eye candy out there.
Okay, but
and like I said, we fall back more into this in this time because we got 4 holidays, 4 heavy hitters. Like I said, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. We kind of falling back right now. But if we get caught up in this entanglement, then I'm just saying, like, it's we got to do what we got to do. But let me carry on. This is after the championship game.
Okay.
Debate spring break. This is February 15th through March 14th. And then we got resign on spring break. This is after we done had our fun. This is March 15th through April 15th.
That sounds like college cuffing. Because ain't nobody doing spring break at 30.
Okay, you got a point. Then we got the last one. I don't remember last time I went on spring break. It was college. But anyways. Then we got the last one. Cuffed or uncuffed. Which is April 16th through July 31st.
Oh my God. So if you're in a relationship in the summertime, none of this stuff matters. This cuffing season is only for people
that are single. Yeah.
And
like single. Yeah. And ain't no entanglement type stuff. This is like people is for like single.
Okay. Well, teach me something because this is real new to me, like cuffing season.
I think the ideal of putting it out there is new to you. I don't think the whole experience is new to you.
I think the experience is new.
Maybe you just never had the opportunity to show up to the arena. But it's okay. Still more life to go.
I need a switch.
Okay.
Or something.
Well, we could talk about what brought us here for today. Because Jamie, she had a lot on her mind today. And she needed some stuff to get expressed, I feel.
Okay, so this was my thought today that I felt like would be a good start to the podcast for season 2. The question that I brought up was, do you think that you can ever be completely whole? So, I was listening to a sermon this morning. I was listening to a podcast talking about relationships, talking about emotional healing and things like that. And nowadays, people have this whole like, I'm going to be whole before I meet somebody. Or I need to be whole and all this stuff. Or, now we got I didn't date for 2 years and I gave my life over to prayer and fasting. And boom, my spouse came. Not knocking people whose story that really is, because I do feel like some of that can be a little bit exaggerated. Mm-hmm. But I was really thinking, do you ever obtain complete wholeness? Is there never something that you need to work on?
I mean, how do you feel about that? I mean,
at first, I always thought yeah, be whole. And then I'm like, I kind of feel like I can think that I'm whole until I get in a relationship. And I feel like a relationship is going to make you see how whole you're not. And I really think that that's for everybody.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's no such thing as being whole. Like, as in the individual, like once you meet somebody and you're with somebody, they're definitely going to point out flaws that you may already know you have. They're going to point out flaws that you never knew that you had. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just think about the majority of relationships that you've been with, that you've been in, and just think about what's the most thing that the people that you were with said about you. What was the reoccurring problem that came up over and over again? You know, I feel a lot of times if I'm having a problem with a woman that I'm talking to, and then the next relationship that I'm in, if I'm having that same problem, you should dissect that situation a little bit differently. Sometimes you got to stop and think and look in the mirror and ask yourself, why does this keep coming up? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has to start with, I feel like both people should work on themselves first. Look at yourself in the mirror and come up with some type of solution to being a better person to deal with in a relationship.
I agree.
Because you'll never be whole. You'll never be whole.
I guess I feel like, okay, I can be in a relationship and get out of it, okay. And so I take this time where I feel like I'm healing from it. But I kind of be feeling like, how do you know if you're really healed unless something similar is triggered or something like that? Like, you know, people can take these hiatuses from relationships. I just don't want to be in it anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay. But you can be with somebody new, and I feel like sometimes they can like trigger stuff that you thought you dealt with, but now you've realized you didn't. I just be feeling like sometimes we think we're further along than we really are. Like, I agree. People get married all the time, and I don't really think people know what marriage is.
So when you say that, you say you don't think they understand what they have to go through, or
I don't think people really have a understanding of what you got to go through, but like what marriage really looks like. I feel like we take on this Cinderella fairy tale situation. Yeah. And then you get married and you realize like it's not that. So now it's like, I don't want this no more.
I mean, they get stuck on being a whole and stuff, but I think they don't realize that the marriage, that's what makes it the whole, because you have a half and a half joining together to become whole.
I think the process is more challenging than people think. Because honestly, marriage is a mirror. And I feel like if you are not willing to see yourself and you're not willing to change what you see about yourself that's not good, you don't need to get married. It ain't love, sex, and what Tank had a CD. It was something. Yeah, it ain't that.
That should.
What?
Never mind.
I'm just saying. It's like real. And not saying that, like, I love being married. Like, I love being married, but I love challenges. So I love the challenge of like fixing problems and like being able to get through it, like stuff like that. Cause I mean, really, I mean, it get real. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if people could be honest about themselves or with themselves and stuff like that, like one person said something about you, the next person saying the same thing about you, like sometimes we gotta like let that register.
Right.
Like,
when do you stop yourself, and instead of you pointing and you just say, oh, maybe this is something that I need to work on.
Problem. So when it comes to confrontation, y'all, like trash. And I did it in my marriage, and I realized I do it with other people, okay? Mm-hmm. But it just was like, oh, like sometimes it don't register until somebody else say it, that you be like, dang, like that's bad. And it's not a knock on like all your other good traits, but you gotta grow. Like you can't just be stagnant forever.
Yeah. You're right about that. I feel like you won't know if you're that type of person unless if like, this is one of my questions that I ask, like on maybe like the first date or like the first time that I'm like dealing with a woman. Like I'll ask her, out of the majority of relationships, like from a guy's side, what was the common problem that they had dealing with you? Not a problem that
that's a good question.
Yeah, not a problem that a woman that you had in the multiple relationships that you've been in the past. What is the most common problem that a man has spoken up and brought out to the light that you had to, that it was about you?
In answering, what's a red flag for you?
A red flag for me is,
what kind of response makes you like, oh?
I think it would be more kind of like a red flag answer for me would be, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
Okay.
That would probably be the red flag for me, because I look at it as like, if you've been in multiple relationships and you don't have an answer to that question, that tells me that you haven't learned anything on working on yourself. You just learned how to point the finger back and forth and back and forth.
Okay, so I'm putting you on the spot. What's your answer to your own question?
About me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. Just, I'm not the most loving and affectionate person. So okay. that's I can't.
But you Prince Charming. So how that work?
I am Prince Charming.
How?
Because
I feel like if you're Prince Charming, that's probably like the number one thing you do.
Yeah, I'm charming.
But it's not.
I feel if I'm with you and if it takes you a while to realize certain things about me that you can't deal with, you stop yourself and you wonder, how did I get in this position?
No, what is? I just feel like
it had to be something that got me here in this position, because I would have caught it. I would have saw this red flag from day one. You get what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so your charm comes in a different way.
Maybe as a cover up.
So your charm is not affection. You charm with.
How do I charm?
You cash out, don't you?
Cash out? No.
Yeah, because if you're not giving a woman love and affection, you definitely buying stuff.
I give love and affection, but other stuff. Like, I'm not a type of person where I'm just gonna say like, I love you when I get off the phone. I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, when I looked in your eyes the other night, you're beautiful, and like, it's just, I'm not. So I'm
trying to figure out, where does your charm come in?
I think it comes in different ways, where it's just the fact that you could be with me and you've never met me, but you can feel very comfortable around me. Okay. As if you've known me for a while. Okay. And people, they're probably won't come off as charming, but I think it kind of does. That's just one of the ways. Because I'm real laid back, and I'm just, I don't know. It's just really based off the chemistry that I get with women. I think that's what it is. That's a big deal with me. I can tell from like jump if the chemistry is going to be good or not, and it's just off the conversation. If you could talk about certain things that you wouldn't tell.
So she get bamboozled because you're a good listener.
I don't know. You gotta ask all them. I don't know.
After a while, she comes from out of her slumber and be like, dang.
I guess when that cologne.
That cologne wear off.
I know I be having some good stuff on at first.
Wow.
No. You put me on the spot. What's up with you? Like, the past relationships you had. What's the
Let me tell y'all, I've only been in one relationship. So
you been in one relationship. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The others were like not a relationship. It was like dating or getting to know you, but I can't like say y'all, you were my man.
So it was tryouts.
Sure.
Oh, so you weren't playing. You was the coach. Oh.
Okay.
So if you've only been in one relationship, what was the biggest deal like on your end then?
A common thing he said all the time was, I'm not enough for you. Like, I made him feel like nothing he ever did was enough.
But he married you. Oh, okay. Whatever.
What?
I don't know. That makes sense to me. Like, if a woman's not enough for me, I wouldn't propose to her at all.
Well, that was a main thing he would say. Like, it wasn't really a lot else that he would say on the regular, but it was always like, you always want more, like it's never enough. Like, nothing I give is enough.
Okay, so maybe he was saying that you felt like he wasn't never enough. Or
yeah,
he felt
that I felt like he wasn't enough.
Oh, I thought you were saying that he felt that you wasn't enough.
No.
Oh, so yeah, that came off. You probably was just complaining. Yeah. No, the question is, what did he say about you in the relationship?
That
he said to you that you were never enough.
No,
I'm saying
how I made him feel.
So you made him feel
like he wasn't enough.
Oh, so you made him feel as he had to do more and more and more to impress you?
I guess, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Have you worked on that?
Well, see, that's the thing. Have I worked on it? Okay, I've worked on being critical, because I really think part of it was me being a critical person. I'm critical because I'm hard on myself too, so yeah. I can just be like, with like little comments like, why you do it like that, or just like speaking before I think about it. Mm-hmm. And I'm a words person, so maybe not being enough like, I appreciate this or I appreciate you. On the flip side of that, I will say that in a lot of ways, I felt that, so I guess it just came off. Like, I wasn't in a marriage and I felt like this is it. Like, there's nobody else for me, which is bad. So
see, that's crazy because you're a word of affirmation type of woman. So if you a word of affirmation, and I'm pretty sure you probably never told them, you know, that you're enough for me. Or if you did, that probably was kind of hard for you to jut her out.
I would write letters because, like, that's what I do. So, like, I would say stuff or send texts, like, stuff like that. But at the end of it, I always felt like he never put in the effort that he could with a lot of stuff. Like, I always felt like he did enough, but he didn't do the way I do. Like, I'm going to go above and beyond. Like, I'm going to make sure it's laid out. And I hate feeling like I'm an afterthought. So when I felt that way, it would be like, why did you do this? But for him, I think he might have really, like, this is the best I can do.
Yeah, he was staying in his lane. But
and I'm like,
your lane was...
Do you see what I did, though?
Yeah, but because you was up here and what you could do with ease, that don't mean he could do it at the same capacity. So you put the pressure on him like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's stuff that I feel people should see, like, earlier on in a relationship. Yeah, you know what I mean? So you can avoid certain things later on, you know, down the line, you know. Yeah. Because his speed could be good for somebody else. But it ain't good for Miss Jamie D.
Yeah, because I had a conversation with somebody and they were like, well, didn't you see that before? And I'm like, yeah, but I just overlooked it. Because it didn't change.
Well, I mean, but that's something that can't really change. It could just change for a matter of time, but that's something that's going to, you know, keep happening. The only way it's going to really change is if you don't take it up to that level. You downplay your own, how you act, because then you won't get as mad as you would. Because you just bought this dude a car for his birthday. And he gave you some roses for yours. Just saying. Next time, buy him a bike. I don't know.
But that's really, I mean, everybody else that I dated, we never had, like, serious, like, conversations where I could even call them and be like, what was it about? I mean, I don't know. I don't think I could call them and be like, what was it about me that you didn't like or didn't, you know.
Could. Yeah, you probably could.
The only other thing that I heard was like, you're ready and I'm not.
Oh, okay.
That was kind of common, like
well, I mean, that's more of when a man says that to you, it's more like he values you. He respects you, and he feels that you're more wifey material right now, and I feel like he thinks that you're going to see right through the games that he's playing. So he would just cut it off right then and there. And
I did get that
he'll say, you know, you don't deserve this, and you know, yeah. So yeah, we're getting at the 40 minute mark, so
I think it was entertaining though.
You think what was entertaining?
Cause like they get to see action.
Oh yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Even though this is longer,
if y'all think I don't know if y'all think it was entertaining. Please feel free to comment on our Instagram and Facebook.
YouTube now.
YouTube,
definitely
everything. And please, we are always open for topics. This video, we're just going to record and we'll put this on YouTube. Then once we really get in the groove of things, we will be doing Facebook Live and IG Live.
Yeah, right? Or TV or something.
IGTV and stuff. We will figure all that stuff out.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, but I had to say that live. So now I know that we have to do it now. And anything else to say? You good?
No.
All right. EQ Love, we checking out.